What is up, YouTube? KM888 here, and I'm back again with a deck profile. This time it's from my Traptrix deck. Now, I went to regional last week and I got 11th place out of about 70 to 80 people. I know it isn't the best, but do remember that I've been away from the game for a very long time. So I was actually really happy with this result. And if you want to see a quick deck profile of my Traptrix list, I made a video like a couple of days ago where I showcased the 3 Traptrix decks that actually got into top 16. One of them even got first place list, won 7th, and then mine was the 11th place. I was really happy with my list, so I wanted to share it. I'm gonna go over the deck profile as fast as I can, so the guys that want to see the deck profile can just hang around for the beginning. If you want to see more of my choices and why I did certain things, then you can stick around for the end of the deck profile. And about the 10-minute mark, I guess, I'll be explaining some of my choices. Could go on a little while from there, but I'm gonna put in the title how long the deck profile is, so you guys can actually see that beforehand. So yeah, for deck profile, let's jump into it. First things first, triple Traptrix Mirmelio. Cards nuts, nothing to say about that. Triple Traptrix Pudica, I just love her. The combos with this is amazing. Double Traptrix Dionea, you need 2, nothing more to say. Double Traptrix Mantis, this one I'll have to clarify after the deck list, I guess. I love this, I'm also gonna say why, and you'll see, but double Mantis is really enough actually. Double Traptrix Arachnocampa for the combo with Mantis, of course, and that's all the Traptrix monsters. 12. 12 is actually enough. I am playing Prosperities, so that's a thing. For Trap Hole cards, we have Traptrix Holtea, 3 copies. And then for the other Traptrix cards, we have the Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, we have the Bottomless Trap Hole, we have Gravedigger Trap Hole, Floodgate Trap Hole, and Time Space Trap Hole. Playing 8 copies. I'll explain after the deck profile why I'm playing this amount, and I even feel that it should be less, but you really can't, so yeah. There we go. And then for things to help the Traptrix engine, we have triple Parallel Exceed. This card is just a nuts. Definitely the best, like the best card to help Traptrix. By far. One Garden card is really good. I am actually considering sometimes to play 2, but like the actual mathematician in myself just knows that 1 is always enough. And then I'm playing triple Pot of Prosperity as well, but I don't own Pot of Prosperities right now. I borrowed mine for the event and I'm still looking to buy 3. But in the meanwhile, for testing purposes, I am running 3 Pot of Duality that fun date as Pot of Prosperity. So I just pretend that they are Prosperities as long as I don't have any. A hint for future self is to edit the Pot of Prosperities on top of here, and I hope that you guys will be content with that. So yeah, that's it for the cards that will help myself with my consistency. And then for going second cards, I'm playing 13. I really like this number. I did some calculation that actually came up as with the best results I found. Triple Ash Blossom Enjoy Spring. Card is nuts. Card is everywhere. Double Droll and Lockbird. Droll and Lock has been very good for me. And 2 Nibiru the Primal Being. Now, the main thing that I want to say about these ratios, Traptrix doesn't mind a ratio of 2 or 3. Like, you're playing 3 of the cards that you actually want to see, and you're playing 2 of the cards that you don't mind. So that's basically a thing. Against Kashtira, both Droll and Lockbird and Nibiru the Primal Being are really good cards. Nibiru is kind of falling out of the format, because some people are going Rise Hard Pass. But if it's only a Rise Hard Pass, it's not that big of a problem, I feel. So yeah. On the other hand, Droll and Lock is also in the deck for certain combos that I'm playing, and we'll get into that right after the deck profile. Triple Infinite Impermanence, and triple Evenly Matched. Yeah, nothing to say about that. Everybody knows why you're playing normal traps in this deck. Then for the extra deck, triple Traptrix Serra, heart and soul of the deck. Card is just a nuts. It gives you a +2 every single turn. It's crazy. One Traptrix Oedipus. I'm not playing the Link 2. I really don't like her. Never make her or the Traptrix Alomaris. So yeah, not running them. There are far better options. Double Traptrix Rafflesia. I'll put them on the sides. And one Traptrix Pinguicola. These are all the Traptrix monsters that I'm playing in my extra deck. I think that's enough. You kind of need more of your toolbox, the rank 4 toolbox, to win games, and that's the most important thing. So, first things first, for going first cards for the toolbox, it's Time Thief Redoer, Traptrix's best friend. Yeah, Holotea is just crazy, and because you summon it so much, like Time Thief Redoer is just the nuts. I can't even remember how many times I had a monster, trap, and spell underneath this. It's crazy. And then for the second going first card that I'm playing Tellarknight Ptolemaeus. So for those who don't know, Tellarknight Ptolemaeus, it used to be used for Cyber Dragon Infinity. So you went into Nova on your own turn and then just slapped an Infinity on top, and that's a negate. That was something really cool back in the day. But ever since it came out, it kind of fell off of the face of the earth, I feel. So yeah. Now, the thing that I'm doing with it is I'm putting a Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond underneath it during my end phase. And then during the opponent's phase, I have the option to go into Artifact Durandal. For those who don't know, Durandal has two effects. You can choose to use one of those two effects. You have one material underneath thanks to Ptolemaeus. The first things first, you can change the effect of a monster, a spell, or a trap to destroy one card, spell or trap on the field. So basically, if they evenly match you, and you have Durandal on the field, you can change the effect of evenly matched to basically what an MST does. Pop one spell or trap on the field. Yeah, that's already crazy. You can negate evenly matched with this. And if you have an Arachnocampa on board, you just protect your spell or trap, so that's really great. The second thing that this card does is work wonders with Droll and Lockbird. For instance, I have Ptolemaeus on the field, and they activate an effect to search. You go, chain Ptolemaeus effect, detach 3, you summon... Oh, the other one. You summon Artifact Durandal over it. Now, the search is resolving at this point, and as soon as it's resolved, you go... Okay, Durandal effect, detach, chain Droll and Lockbird. The second effect of Durandal says that whenever in a turn, you can say, okay, your Durandal effect, and both players have to shuffle their hands into the deck and draw the same amount. So if you chain Droll and Lockbird, the card still tries to resolve as much as possible, and both players have to put their remaining hand back into the deck, and then they can't draw anymore because of Droll and Lockbird. Oh my god, that's just amazing. You just blow away their entire hand. I just love that. I've done that 3 times during an entire tournament. People didn't see it coming, and it just wins games. So yeah, just play that. It's amazing. For going second exceeds, the most important part of the deck, because Traptrix doesn't really go second. Evil Swarm Exetanite, number 39 Utopia, number S39 Utopia the Lightning, and Divine Arsenal A Zeus Sky Thunder. So, for those who don't know, Traptrix normally plays the Merrymaker and the Champion, what's called Sargas, just to make a 4 material Zeus. This does the same. It also makes us a 4 material Zeus. It just has a different function when this is on the field alone. You can attack and they can't respond to anything. This card gets over high attack monsters with ease. So that's the thing. I just love playing this. So yeah. I'll come back to that after the deck profile. Side deck, pretty fast. I made some changes since my deck profile from a couple of days ago. If you want to see my actual choices, you can check out that video. Right now, I feel that these are better, so yeah. Double Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. Card is just nuts. Double Gamma Seal and double Humongous, the sticky string kaiju. Kaijus are really great in this metagame right now, and these are definitely the best to run in Traptrix because you can run over them with Pinguicula. So yeah, I'm gonna put these aside for now. Triple Dark Ruler no more. Card is nuts in combination with Exiton. That's the best thing about the card, I swear. Triple Storm Duster, you need some form of back row removal, and Duster is for me personally better than Cosmic Cyclone, because in some matchups you just need to trigger Serra, and this triggers Serra. That's the best. Like popping 2 is great as well, so don't overthink that. And then the final card, Anti-Spell Fragrance. The card is nuts going first. You can pretty surely find it with Pot of Prosperity. You're not always gonna see it, but this is just game against things like Branded and Runic decks, so yeah. That's it for the deck profile, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're at the 11-minute mark, so I think I did well for the deck profile for once. Now let's talk some card choices. The first thing that I obviously have to talk about is the Traptrix Mantis. This card is a one-card combo for Traptrix, but what does it actually end on? So you go Mantis, use the effect Surge Arachnocampa. You link this off into Serra. So let's get myself my Serra. At this point, Arachnocampa effects, and you're gonna trigger the Serra. Most of the time, you're gonna set your Holotea. So Holotea. You're gonna trigger it, discard a spell or trap, and then you're gonna get Dionea, and you're gonna set that trap again. So let's say it's a Floodgate Trap Hole. You have your Dionea. Obviously, this is your field, and then you're gonna go into a Rafflesia. Now, the reason why you go into Rafflesia is very simple, because you have no other option, either this or Pinguicula or Alomaris if you really want to. This thing locks you in insects and plants for the rest of the turn. Yay! Yeah, you don't want that. I want to end on a Time Thief Redoer. I want to end on my Stellar Knight Ptolemaeus. I think those choices are far better choices. In this build, what I tried to do was minimize the amount of normal summons that I had. Traptrix just has a buttload of normal summons. You have all of these, like, it's crazy. And normally you're running 3 Mantis. Some people are even running other Traptrix cards as well. So the thing that's gonna happen is that some of your hands are just gonna get clogged with normal summon monsters. And you don't always care about that. Like, sometimes you're gonna open Pudica with a Dionea. This is amazing. This is top combo for me. Like, you go Pudica, get the field spell, this gets your second normal summon for Dionea, and you special the Pudica back. That's already a Rafflesia in there, and then you still have your trap play. So that's way better. Sure, that's a thing that can happen. But sometimes you open like this: Pudica, Dionea, Mantis, and a Myrmelio. Like, oh my god, you don't want this? You don't want 4 normal summons in your hand alongside 1 hand trap? Yeah, it's a thing, you can work around it, but I mean, if you're playing 13, 14, and sometimes 15 Traptrix monsters, like, you're gonna see hands that have 3 Traptrix monsters in there, 4 Traptrix monsters in there. It's crazy. The thing that you want to do with the deck, and that's something that a lot of players actually know, but others, like, they try to deny it sometimes. I don't know. You try to make your interruptions over the entire resource that you have. You want to have some monster interruptions. You want to have some back row interruptions. You want to have some interruptions from your graveyard, which we have with Holotea. And then you also want some interruptions with going second cards, hand traps, go from there. If we could, we'd be playing with things from our banished pile, but that's not as relevant, I guess. But in general, I feel that we had to cut down on Traptrix monsters, and because of Pot of Prosperity, that's definitely an option. Pot of Prosperity is the best card in your deck. You can have 4 cards and Prosperity in your hand, and Prosperity will fix the entire hand. And if they ash it, it's actually not a problem, because then you have 4 cards and you don't have to worry about an ash anymore. So you can actually get better plays from there on out. I hope I explained my choice for 2 Mantis well. I find it like, just because of the fact that it locks you into insect and plant plays, I find it the least appealing normal summon of the deck. I find Pudica or Myrmelio way better. Just because they also get you resources, but they don't lock you, and that's really important. I might actually run one of the other ones. I don't know, like it's like similar to a green one. I think like Vespinato or something. I really don't know. I might run one of that instead of one of the Arachnocampas. But I also want to play 2 Arachnocampas, so it's really weird. Just because that doesn't lock you in insects or plants, and it also triggers Serras, stuff like that. But yeah, that's something to think about for the future, I guess. Then for Traptrix, the Trap Hole card. So Triple Hole Thea is of course, like, you're always gonna run that. But let's talk about these 5. Basically the same thing as what I said with the Traptrix monsters. You want to run less of these. Like if you're playing and you have 1 or 2, that's fine. But you don't want to see 3, you don't want to see 4, that's crazy. You're only gonna get trap cards on your field, and when the opponent has evenly, you're gonna get blown out. On the locals, that doesn't matter that much. You're gonna get blown out once by an evenly. You're gonna go X1, you're still gonna top. It's locals, who cares? Yeah, I said it, I know. Then you go to regional. Like, regionals often have 7 rounds, 8 rounds. At that point, you're gonna get blown out by evenly twice, 3 times. Heck, maybe 4 times, but it won't always lose you the match then. So you're gonna go X2 because of it. And X2 doesn't always mean you get to top. So yeah, there's that. Now you're already not topping because you're running too many trap holes. You want to divide your resources, and playing less trap holes actually does that, because you're gonna draw 1, and the 1 is actually enough. You need 1. You're playing 5 trap holes, you're playing 3 Myrmelios, you're playing the 3 Prosperities, you're gonna get to 1 or maybe 2 trap holes, that's enough. Why these? Gravedigger's Trap Hole, obviously you need it for Rafflesia, you need it to stop the Nibiru. Nibiru is a problem card for this deck if you didn't have this, so yeah. Floodgate and Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare are the 2 best trap holes out there. Reason being, if you send this with Rafflesia, then the Kashtira player can't chain Forbidden Lands to protect them from spells and traps. That's the thing. So Floodgate Trap Hole with Rafflesia actually means that their monster is going to be set down and they probably won't be playing afterwards. This, Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, basically Solemn Strike that they can still chain to, but I mean, it's really good. The fact that they are all recyclable is like amazing. That shouldn't be a thing. Bottomless Trap Hole, one of my favorite cards in the entire game. I just love this. Sadly, not as usable. The reason why you're playing this is for 2 reasons alone. First of all, the most important reason, Fallen of Albaz. The card is played a lot. Like, branded decks are everywhere on regional level. Maybe even on YCSs, but I think that's mostly reserved for Kashtira and Sprite right now. But you don't want to deal with Fallen of Albaz, so Bottomless Trap Hole actually stops that. Which none of the other trap holes do, actually. And the second reason is because Denko Sekka. Some decks are actually playing Denko Sekka because they can't deal with trap cards. So having this in your deck to set with Rafflesia is actually out of on the Denko Sekka. Floodgate also does it, but not to the best amount, because it still stays on the field. If you have Floodgate already set, then you still need to bottle this, yeah. And then Time Space. I find Time Space really useful. It's convenient in any and every matchup, basically, except for Fluandereeze, but like, who plays Fluandereeze still? This against Kashtira, they summon a card. You just bounce it back to the deck. Yeah, they don't have that resource anymore, and that's important. There are other cards you can play, like the Terrifying Triple Nightmare, but I really don't like that card. It's in most people's deck for Mirror Jade, as they say, because it lets Mirror Jade miss timing and all. But how are you gonna do that? Like, if you're gonna go first, you're gonna win either way, because this deck doesn't care about anything. Doesn't care about anything when you're going first, as long as they don't have evenly matched or like a sphere mode to tribute all your monsters. It's going second that's the problem, and this isn't helping going second. Like the Terrifying Triple Nightmare isn't helping. You're gonna set it, they're just gonna banish or pop it, and then everything's gone. So just stick with these. Don't go over the top. Right, that's already that. Going second cards. Yeah, I think I've explained these enough right now. Like this alongside the Durandal. Like, I promise, just try it out. This is the nuts. They could have, like, the thing that happens the most is, like, they go Pot of Prosperity at first because they want to dig for, like, an evenly matched. And you're like, okay, Chain Ptolemaeus, you make Durandal. Resolves, they actually get the evenly matched. You don't care. Chain Durandal, you gotta shuffle it back, bruh. Chain Droll, you're getting nothing back. It wins games on itself. Just try it out. It's amazing. So yeah. Do I have to explain some other things? I believe the extra deck. I'm not playing the Traptrix Link 2. I've been playtesting a lot on certain emulators, certain websites. In over 100 games, I never summoned a Link 2. I also never summoned the Allomeris. I think I summoned them both like once or twice, but they never won me the match. So I don't know if that makes sense, but like you summon it, and it either feels like a win more, or you just didn't use your resources well enough, and I don't feel that you need them. So like the Link 2, don't need it. Then the Allomeris, like just keep it on these. These are amazing. I'm not even truly sure if you need the second Rafflesia anymore. Like the one might be enough, but I still like the second for follow-up. More than often I just banish the second one and the Oedipus for the Pot of Prosperity either way. So these are just in case cards, basically. So yeah. And then the Utopia package, I kind of want to say that I just love this. S39, when it attacks, the opponent cannot activate any cards until the end of the damage step, and this guy can get to 5,000 attack. But that's important because if you attack and you have a set Holotea, or a Holotea in the grave as well. I'm going to do this one because it's the longer way. So imagine you have this set, you attack with Utopia the Lightning. At this point your opponent is stuck, they can't respond with anything. Holotea, you ditch a card, special summon it. The opponent cannot trigger anything, they can't chain with anything, they can't respond to the card at all. This thing is still attacking. Serra effect on the Holotea. Okay. Special Pudica. Pudica effect. I'm gonna banish that thing. Yeah, you can't negate the Pudica. You still cannot respond. My Utopia is still attacking. It's still busy. Look, you cannot activate anything. Now I've banished your card. Okay, now the number of monsters changes. This gets a redeclare. Attack again. You still cannot declare anything. I'm still attacking with this. That's crazy. You banish a monster and you attack over something with this, and then you can still attack with these because probably nothing's on the field anymore. I'm not saying it's gonna be game like that, but this is just the fact that they can't respond with anything is what makes this card amazing, I feel. So yeah. But yeah, that was it for the deck profile and for my extravagant choices, I guess, because like I've already explained this. Another great thing about this package is if you're playing against Dark World, you can go Ptolemaeus and just slap the diamond on top of it, and you have negates for dark monsters. So this also includes your Dark World matchup, which this deck has actually problems with. So yeah, there's that. And then I don't think there's anything in my side deck that I need to explain. Like, these are just amazing in the Branded matchup and the Sky Striker and the Runic matchup. Against Labyrinth, you need Storm Dusters because Skill Drain just kills you. Like Dark Ruler for Sprite, for any decks that bring out big monsters, it's amazing. It's an amazing card. Like, let it do its job. And like, you need the Ghost Bells. Like, Mathmech is a thing, so if you draw this against Mathmech, keep it for the Super Factorial. If you see it, like, it also helps against a lot of other decks, so that's always a thing. And then these, like, Kaijus, oh my god, they're amazing. Against Kashtira, against anything, like, if you draw one, you can just slap it over. And sure, you give them another monster, but, like, getting rid of a certain negate is so important for this deck, so, yeah. Yeah, that were all the explanations that I wanted to do, I guess. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao!